Gentleman from Texas, Mr. Pfluger, is recognized for 5 minutes for questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Nobles and Ms. Dunn, I'm so sorry for your loss. We can't even fathom the loss that you've gone through. And your courage to be here, to speak out, to bring light to the situation, to speak the truth is not only commended, but it's necessary so that we avoid this pain for other families. Thank you for being here. Professor Pearlstein, are you familiar with the William Belknap case that you mentioned in your testimony? Are you you're intimately familiar with it as a constitutional law expert?
I'm generally familiar with the Belknap impeachment, yes.
You wrote about it in your testimony, correct?
I did, yes.
Is there a reason that you left out the fact that Article 3 of that impeachment case mentioned the disregarding of his duty as Secretary of War?
No.
Was it particularly helpful to your argument today?
I'm not sure what the question is.
Was there a reason you left that out?
I wasn't giving a full book report on the Belknap impeachment.
Okay.
I was mentioning it in my testimony
No, that's fine.
as the only other
let me-
instance in U.S. history in which Congress has ever
Right,
thought
in
it
Article
worth
3
time
of
to-
that. Thank you, that's the only other history.
impeach a
What we're
cabinet
talking about
officer.
is unprecedented, disregarding of his duty. I'm going to quote you. There, the professors were reasonably uniform in recognizing that it doesn't have to be a crime. That is to say, an impeachable offense doesn't have to be a crime as currently embodied in the Federal Criminal Code as enacted by Congress. What they were thinking about with the impeachment remedy were serious offenses against the public trust. That is, certain things that only the president and other senior officials could do that abuse their authority. Did you in fact say this with regards to the Trump impeachment?
I've said many things about impeachment. It's entirely possible that I said that, and I would still agree with it, actually.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to insert for the record Professor Pearlstein's comments on a radio show in New York on a podcast in 2019 regarding the Trump administration's.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you. So do you believe, will you define impeachment with regards to the public trust as you said it there with regards to Trump? If the public trust is broken, is that an impeachable offense?
Public trust in this context refers to two kinds of breaches of the public trust generally. One is an official who is acting in his own personal interest, right, to aggrandize his own political wealth interests, power, et cetera, as opposed to the interests of the American people. That's an example of a breach of the public trust. The other is if an official is acting on behalf of a foreign power, which is another example of a breach of a public trust. Yes. And I thought those issues were both implicated in the Trump-Ukraine impeachment.
Do you believe that public trust has been broken with regards to the common defense of our country?
As a general matter,
The collective defense of our country?
as a general matter, I'm not sure I can answer that question that broadly stated. Has the public? I'm not aware of any evidence. For example, the Secretary Mayorkas has been acting for his own personal wealth or aggrandizement.
That's fine, but in general, is breaking the public trust in an egregious manner grounds for an impeachment proceeding?
In the way I just defined breaking the public trust, that is, acting on behalf of one's own interests as opposed to the interests of the public, yes, that can be an impeachable ground if there is evidence of that.
Are you licensed in a state?
Am I a member of the bar, do you mean?
The bar, yeah.
Yes, I'm a member of the Bar of the State of California, and I'm a member of the Bar of Washington, D.C.
Is it your responsibility to uphold the laws in those states in which you are a member of the bar?
I have all of the same ethical obligations that any attorney has.
When you take the oath of office as a cabinet member to well and faithfully execute the duties of the office, does that infer a responsibility to uphold the laws as well?
Anybody who takes an oath to take care that the laws are faithfully executed has an oath to take care that the laws are faithfully executed, yes.
Did you condemn the attacks by Hamas on Israel?
I'm not sure what that has to do with anything.
It's a question. Did you condemn the attacks?
My personal view of those attacks is that they were abhorrent. I don't think I've had occasion to speak about it publicly. It's not my area of expertise.
Mr. Chair, I yield back. Thank you.
Gentlemen yields, I now